4 days ago, I made the completely outrageous claim that I could carry 360 overalls to the purple plate because I believe that plate color does not matter at all. In this video, you're going to see the first 3 games of the challenge, and you're going to see if I was full of crap, or maybe if there's a little bit of truth to what I'm saying about the plate colors. Now, before I started the challenge, I requested 700 likes to prove to you that something like this is possible, and you guys absolutely destroyed the like button. So, if you wouldn't mind, if you like the series, if you like the content, hit the sub button if you're new, hit the like button because nobody else is doing a challenge like this on YouTube. I mean, come on, I'm playing with 360 overalls in a rec game versus a full 5. But enough of that, let's get into the gameplay. And you'll see we're starting off the game down 0-8, and I have 2 turnovers. Now, the biggest problem with this series, I thought was going to be the offense because I'm playing with 360 overalls. And offense definitely was a struggle because obviously other teams see that I'm playing with 360 overalls, so I'm getting double teamed a lot, I'm getting triple teamed a lot. I mean, you guys can see I'm getting absolutely, just touched going up the court. And yeah, offense was a problem. I mean, I have 360 overalls on my team. I'm getting triple teamed the majority of the game. Offense obviously is a struggle. But without a doubt, the biggest struggle in this series going forward is going to be the defense. 60 overalls have no defensive attributes. They have no physical attributes. They have no playmaking. The builds that these guys made, they made them so they could make their wide open catch and shoot threes, and that's it. Everybody on my team outside of me has 50 speed. Everyone's got 25 steal. Everyone's got 25 perimeter defense. No one's got agility, speed, vertical strength. They're just absolute cones on defense. And while the guys I'm playing with who are 60 overalls are good players, they're subs of mine, it's hard to overcome playing with just absolutely no defense. I mean, on the breaks, they're slow. On break defense, they're slow. Just getting up and down the court is just such a toll on their mind players. So in game 1, we were down 9, and I was worried. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I was wrong about this. Maybe it's not that easy to carry 60 overalls to purple plates. We'll see how the game ends up, but you'll see we end up cutting the lead to 1 here, and a big part of that is because although the 60 overalls can't play defense, they can't dribble, they're not fast, they can't finish, one thing that they can do is make their wide open shots. 2 of the 3 60 overalls on my team have an 88-3, which is kind of insane for a 60 overall. So although they're slow, no defense, can't pass, can't dribble, can't create their own shot, can't finish, can't get blocks or steals, they can't do anything, they're making their open shots. I think, my shooting guard, who's on a 60 overall with an 88-3, Jay, is 6 for 7 for 3 right now. And even though they're still wide open catch and shoot shots, that's still impressive. I mean, this guy has silver badges, no hot spots, and he's 7 for 9 from 3. So we end up taking the lead right here. We're up by 4 points. I get on the break right here. We increase the lead to 7, and we're looking pretty good here to end game 1. So right here, we're up by 4. I get a nice midi off, and I hit an and 1 midi. And I know it's kind of a tough shot, but you got to remember, nobody else on my team can play make but me. 2 60 overalls who all they can do is shoot. The other 60 overall, he can't even shoot. And then I have a center. So I'm going to be scoring or assisting on 99% of our plays. It's really, really tough, so I have to shoot a high difficulty of shots. You're going to see I don't shoot a great percentage in this game. I shoot around 50%. We end up winning this game by 4. And I'm not going to lie, after this game, I was a little bit shook because I thought, it was going to be a little bit easier. Again, keep in mind I'm playing with 360s, but the defense wasn't good. We can't be giving up 67 points. We only got 8 steals, and 4 of them came from our center. And again, I don't expect my 60 overalls to be good at defense. They played the best they could, I didn't realize that the defense was going to be the biggest struggle with this because we scored 74 points. That's a lot of points, The defense, the lack of speed, the lack of rotations, no steals, no blocks, no perimeter defense, That's what's going to be the problem in this series. But nonetheless, we're 1-0 against a full team of 5 in the rec. And in game 2, we're playing 2 purple plates, a gold plate. All the players are maxed out. We're playing a 70 overall black plate, which obviously isn't good, but we have 360s on our team. And we're playing an AI. So they have like plus 80 overall on their players or something like that. I mean, obviously, that's part of the challenge. And what you're going to see is more of the same. I got to be aggressive, shooting a high number of our shots. And it just goes to prove that, your play color doesn't really mean anything. All these guys have to do, all I'm asking my teammates to do is to make their open shots. And they're doing a very good job of that. You're going to see in this game, I start off the game with 5 steals. I'm creating all of our shots. And again, my teammates are good players. I've got a good center, great center, 2 good spot ups, and then Zyro's on a troll build, but it doesn't even matter. We're up by 7 at this point. We're cooking them, and my team doesn't need to do much. My center, I'm asking a lot out of him, but the rest of my team, try to guard your guys as the best you can. I don't expect you to guard your guys. You have 50 speed. You have 12 interior defense. You have 12 perimeter. I don't need steals. I don't need blocks. Try to get a light contest. Try a little bit, to stay in front of your guy. And this should just go to show how little your plate color means, right? Anybody watching this video, hopefully this video gets 10,000 views. Out of the 10,000 people watching this video, all 10,000 of you could do this. Sit in the corner, make some open shots, play good defense. Most of you probably play better defense than the 60 overalls in this video. It's not the 60 overalls' fault. They just don't have attributes. I bet most of you play better defense than them. And I get it. Not everyone else has the luxury, quote-unquote luxury. I don't want to sound like a dickhead when I say this, but not everyone has a point guard that can score 60 points every game and get 10 assists every game. Most of you do not want to play on this offense. I sure as hell, if I was playing shooting guard, I would not want to watch my point guard shoot the ball 40 times. Right? I'm lucky enough to have the fan base and the subscribers that I have that allow me to do experiments like this. I'm doing this to show you how little your plate color matters, right? Because when I finish this challenge and all 3 of my subs are 60 overalls and have purple plates while averaging, probably 10 points, 0 assists, 0 rebounds, maybe 0.2 steals per game, and people are going to look at them and be like, how? It's because the plate color system doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's get back into the gameplay. We're absolutely dog walking these guys. We're up by 16 points. Now we're up by 20 points with 3 60 overall black plates on our team. Again, don't get me wrong. The 60 overalls on my team are not bad players by any means. They're not like elite players, but they're not bad. They're solid players, right? That does not excuse you for losing by 32 to 360 overalls. Jay and Gardapra on 60 overalls are averaging like 20 points per game. And my power forward Zyro is just Tony Snell, right? Can't shoot. I love Zyro. He's one of my favorite subs, but his player is absolutely worthless. My 2 guard and my 3 guard, although they're on 60 overalls, at least they are consistently knocking down their threes with an 88-3. And you know what? They have no badges and no hotspots. That's what's even crazier about it. But let's get into the 3rd and final game of the video. Now Marauder starts to warm up a little bit. You see, I've got 11 of our 11 points so far. I've got a heat check. I'm feeling good. I'm on the break again. Now I've got 14 of our 14 points. And this next minute should really just sum up why the plate colors really just don't matter. Don't get me wrong. My teammates are great. 360 overalls. But, this is just simply just one player. I'm not going to toot my horn too much, but, I've got 18 of our 18, and it's just me going at this lockdown over and over and over. Look what I do to this guy. Holy smokes, man! I get another 3. I got heat check. I missed one shot. I've got 21 of our 21. Here I come, the next play. I'm just scoring in seconds. Break his ankles, pull up from half court. Just proves that your play call doesn't matter. Am I saying every purple play is bad? No. But you can't walk into a game and just say, assume someone's good or bad based off of their plate color. I mean, there's so many gold and purple plates who are there because they simply sit in the corner, average 8 points a game, play decent defense, and that's it. Don't get me wrong. Those people matter, right? You need to play your role to a certain degree. But don't get it confused, right? Not every purple plate you see is LeBron James, right? Now, some of them are, right? About 1 in 5, because on a rec team, someone on the team is handling the offense, right? Now, at the highest levels, those guys who sit in the corner and make their open shots and don't do much on offense, those guys are huge players on defense. Take Pro, for example, right? The guys who sit in the corners for me are the 2 most important guys in our defense, right? Right, so getting to purple plays just comes down to playing your role. When you load up into rec, and you see a full 5 of purple, only one guy on that team is LeBron. Maybe they run it through 2 guys, but usually only 1. Those other 3 or 4 guys doesn't mean they're bad players. It just means they're playing their role. 2 of those guys probably sit in the corner. They probably play good defense, chip in, 5 steals a game combined. If they shoot 60, 70% in their corner, if they're rotating on defense, giving good comms, they're going to win games. Right? So if you're struggling to get to the purple plate, ask yourself, do you think you're LeBron? Right? And again, only 1 in 5 of you are. And I think the problem with 2K is, I think 60% of people think they're LeBron when only, really like 5% are, but that's another topic. If you're not LeBron, make a build that can play defense, get rebounds, do all the little things, be that glue guy. You're going to win games. Find your LeBron. I know that might not be annoying. You might be like, well, Mariah, I didn't pay $7 to sit in the corner. Okay, fine. Continue to lose. You know what I mean? So we whooped these guys' ass to 3-0 on the video. So 3-0 with 60 overalls. These guys had an AI too, but we had 360s. So I think it's just fair. Here are the timestamps, just so you guys don't think I'm lying about anything. 529, 606, same lineups. I mean, I changed center after the first game, but there is 30 minutes after each other. And here are my 3 subs that went from black plates to brown plates on stream. All the full gameplay's up on my stream, so if you want to go check it out, comment kitty cat, because my cat's in the background. I don't know if you can see her, but she's back here, right, kind of by my hat. But comment kitty cat if you made it to the end of the video. I love you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. See ya.